Yeah, I'm just gonna cut things off like that. I'm sorry. So, how do you get to the point where you can believe in yourself and get that voice to shut off that isn't more than everybody else's? And the problem is, over the years, that's what they've been. That's what's been sped up in humans. Is that, and humans haven't been able to keep up with it. Giving us more information makes it harder for us to think through things, right? And we're in the age of information. It ain't information, it's all junk. We've had an outrash of scientists just making shit up and no research. We're finally finding, look in the news right now. There's all kinds of shit coming to light in the age of information. And, well, you know, we'll get to that in the science fiction one. But the age of information, um, it makes it harder for that voice in our head to slow down. And it's okay. I think you start beating yourself up over that too. Well, I just can't shut up. I can't. I can't. It's so hard. I gotta prepare. I gotta be worried. I gotta. No, you don't. Wisdom comes from experience. I'm not saying I had the fastest brain, but I got fuel to my processor to make it speed up really, really fast. Lots of freeze time. And the variables get to be too much. You run through life thinking that if you pay attention to more, you'll make better decisions. So you take in more and more and more and more information. And then you got your podcast that tells you about this, and YouTube that tells you about that. And in your morning routine, you do your yoga and you do your meditation, and everything is going perfect, and you got your diet right, and you're not loving yourself. It's not how it works. Whoever you are out there, you have a version of you that you're supposed to be. Putting a schedule together, making sure you look right, eat right, dot, 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 dot. No. If you don't eat right, it's because your spirit don't love you. Your spirit's a little disappointed with shit. You gotta love yourself, and then you take care of yourself. I was down to 137 pounds in January. I'm up 35 or so. I mean, I'm back down a little bit because of, riding the juice too much here, trying to do this stuff. But, you know, you love yourself, and then you'll eat right. In the Secret, that book, that's fun. It's a good book, a good read. But in The Secret, it says if you want whatever body type you want, you just believe it and it'll be there. And that's kind of the point is you make your path. So if you love yourself, you'll find a way to eat right. You don't have to set schedules and do your smoothies and do this and do that. That's not actually loving yourself, because safety and security is not telling you what to do. It's just doing. I know that sounds silly, but, and don't get me wrong, you can only do this and blah blah blah. I understand that's everyone's perspective. We've been taught that perspective. But I want you to understand, for 2,000 years they've been corrupting the message to teach the perspective, the wrong one. Right? All the woke people get, people are afraid to stand up and speak. It's not a good place. It's not good. People think we have free speech in America. Fascinating. I don't know. I-E. Love yourself. Love yourself. Right? So how do we do that? Well, one of the things I love to do. And the point is everybody's different. I love processes. And there's a whole bunch of people that love the activities you would love is like cleaning and I know that's a silly one, but there's plenty of people that do, and it's okay. You should love yourself for doing it. You don't have to say, I know I'm a weirdo, but I love to clean. No. You're perfect. You just you get energy from cleaning, or you exert energy from cleaning. Either way, that's you. And that's the point of loving yourself. That's one of the coping mechanisms you figured out is to go clean, right? And the good thing is you identified one of your coping mechanisms. And then work your step back. What were you trying to cope with? And then stay there, right? But you don't want to do this stuff all the time. You don't want to process. Live through your life. If you have to schedule stuff, make it as simple on yourself as possible. Don't make the schedule become more of a stressful thing than, the schedule's there to keep track of things. Don't let it freak you out. That's actually, it's two sides of the coin. The point is the schedule's there to calm you down so that you know you have something next. And then when you calmly put something on your schedule, right, then you're looking at it as a valuable tool. And then you'll start thinking through ways to make the calendar better. Like a silly thing. Like if you have a meeting that, excuse me, but say you have a PTA meeting that needs a little bit of prep work and you forget, you just put the PTA meeting on Wednesday night all the time. And you always forget your prep work. Well, that's a good way to take care of that. Put another thing on the calendar that is 2 days earlier and say prep work. Because if you're not stressed out and freaked out about that calendar, you can start jiving with it. So I like processes, as you can tell. So, simple thing I like to do is pick which pack of colors I'm going to use. What kind of mood I feel like I'm in, right? And then I color. I like to color for people so that I can put the emotion I have for them to the coloring. So if I love the person, I get to color with love. And that's when I want to think about the stuff that runs through my mouth or my head a million times a day. I colored this, right? You see, it's got a lot of detail and a lot of nonsense, but it keeps me thinking of something I love, because I kind of pick colors and stuff based on who I'm coloring for, and then I can think about the stress. And the point is if you schedule that on your schedule, put an hour of me time there. Don't ever give it up. Somewhere, at least once a week. An hour of me time. But you got to find an activity where you pour out an emotion of goodness. I don't know what it is. My dad used to do stained glass windows. Or stained glass. I know that helped him. My brother did brewing. I know that helped him. I did fantasy sports. That's a good one. But as you're doing the thing you love, that's when you go through the list. It's a magic trick. Because the way your mind works is it wants to take the most important thing. and then you start. What you'll do is start to understand that you love what you're doing over here, and you're actually kind of annoying yourself with this list. It takes a while. You got to work through it. But every time you're walking around, don't have faith you're where you're supposed to be at the time, because you made it that way. You're going to do the next moment just like you did the last moment. Perfect. You're a perfect human being. Perfect. And we'll get started on that on the next video.